Hello and welcome to workout 3. So we're going to be going through a warm-up, strength and cardio, core and stretch. First of all then, get that playlist ready and you can dance along. Okay, so bands to the ready also. You're going to stand on the band, holding it, just adjusting that pressure in each of the bands so it's nice and equal. And then squat down, just starting as low or as high as you need, and do a bicep curl as you stand up. Making sure that you don't lean back as you do that bicep curl. So squeeze those glutes, keep a nice strong alignment throughout the body. Just take those arms to the side now, just to open out the chest, making sure those knees stay in line with the feet, so there's no kneeling or dropping in. And then lunging back, take the bands back with you. And then as you drive that knee up in front, do another nice steady bicep curl. A good bit of balance here now. Keeping strong in that supporting leg, in that hip. Keeping the elbows into the side of the body. Nice. Okay, and now just staying here in a lunge position. Nice and stable, really engage that core as you twist round across that leg to start with, and then to the open side. And now back to the middle, getting ready for that chorus, standing nice and wide. Now pulling the band across the body. You go down towards that foot and then up to the opposite shoulder. Back stays nice and straight. Giving a nice stretch down the inside of those legs. Good strong body, chest nice and proud. Well done. Enjoying that music. Now, same again on the other side. So you lunge back, take those arms back with you as you do that bicep curl. Keep the elbows into the side of the body. Nice active foot. Nice. Active foot means where you have your toes towards your shin. Okay, then twisting across that front leg, nice and slowly back to the middle. And then to the open side. Shoulders stay down. Just having those hands as far away from the body as what you can keep the shoulders relaxed. So again, back to that chorus, pulling across the body. Nice, so touching down towards that toe. Hopefully starting to feel really warm now. Just getting those joints moving, those muscles activated. Heart rate getting higher. Again, just only ever taking the range of movement as far as you can without getting excess tension in those shoulders in particular. We really want to control the movement from the core. So just dig deep now as you take those arms out in front of you. Arms out wide. Try to keep the body nice and still. And now touching opposite feet. Just a slight bend in the knees. A good hamstring stretch. Also nice strengthening in that upper body, just encouraging a nice proud posture. Finishing off then with a squat press, working through the whole body here now. This is great stuff. Like I say, hopefully you're starting to feel ready for the main part of the workout. And then this is a bit of a burner at the end here now. So just going as high as you can with those hands as we do these tricep extensions. Notice that the elbow stays high the whole time. There is the option to do a shoulder press if it's too much though. Shoulder press is just where you would bend the arm down a bit more. Keep going, guys, keep going. You can bounce it up a little bit with your knees if you need. Great stuff. Okay then, so strength and cardio. We have 6 times 45 seconds. That's a bit more strength based and you get a 15-second recovery, and then 4 sets of 30 seconds, which is a bit more cardio. Okay, so we're here, we have, you can always pause and go back, obviously, because we've got just straight into the workout there. But on option 1, nice high knee step up. So if your knees are okay, then go with that one. Finding a chair or a sofa. It's a bit harder if you do it on a sofa or a chair because you just have to stabilize a bit more, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Really using those arms. Whereas option 2, the idea being you stay in a nice strong plank position, drive one leg back, rest as much as you need on that mat. This is actually surprisingly hard. I particularly found it hard in my shoulders and wrists on this one. But as I say, it's an option if you have sore knees and you're not able to do the larger range of motion that we do in the option 1 side. So quick shake out, quick rest, and then just literally going on to the other side. So this one, again, just keeping option 1, keeping that knee in line with that foot so there's no dropping in. Take the time at the top of the movement to really extend those hips up as well. And then I'm running more rests here on option 2 now, just because it does get really intense in those shoulders and wrists. But just keeping that nice strong body. Should really feel the core activating, particularly on the side of that straight supporting leg. Last 10 seconds, guys, really well done. Keep going, keep that rhythm, keep it smooth, keep breathing. And 15 seconds recovery, really well done, that's fantastic. Okay, so into some press-ups now, but your hands are going to be staggered. So option 1, you'll see here the body's nice and straight. Option 2, just bend up a little bit more. So you've got a bit of a crunch in the body. It just takes a little bit of strain off those hands and those shoulders. But whichever you opt for, try to move the body and the legs all as one. Just keeping that stability throughout the body. That's good. That's over halfway now, guys. Leading with the chest. Making sure that head stays up in line with the spine. Just helps to stop excess tension in the shoulders. Just gives you more control throughout. Well done. Okay, 15-second recovery again. This is great stuff, guys. Switching that chair around now. So on option 1, we've got a lunge and a skip. Option 2, it's a knee drive and then a calf raise. Okay, knee drive, calf raise. So keeping it nice and fluid. So yeah, actually on option 1, the chair is just for a little bit of balance if you need. Otherwise, just going down as low as you can. Really not putting too much pressure through that chair, okay? Light balance, unless you really need it to keep you stable. With the knee drive, don't forget to do that calf raise on that supporting leg. It'll just really help to work through the chain of the whole body. Keep going to 1 and rest. Okay, so we're going to switch sides now. That's it, just do a little stretch if you need. Ready, and let's go, guys. This is really good. So this is number 5 of 6 exercises in the strength section. And then I could say we go into the cardio, but doing really well. Worked mainly those legs so far, but if you've done option 2, there's also been a fair amount of arms in there. But we will be working the whole body. Just really, particularly on option 1, just focusing on a spot on the floor just to help with that balance. Keeping focus, last 3 seconds. Nice work. And rest. Lovely stuff. Okay, so grabbing that chair if you're doing option 1, and it's going to be a chest press. So I call this one calf bounce press because it's about combining the jump with the press out in front. So don't worry too much if you find it hard to coordinate that. Just do it slowly to start with, and then you'll gradually get the rhythm. Option 2 there, you'll see is a dip, and I'm bending my legs quite a lot there just to show you an easier option. You can do it with straight legs to make it more difficult, but keep that back close to the chair and try and aim for those upper arms to bend to 90 degrees, or the upper arms to be horizontal to the floor. Last 10 seconds, guys. So if it's too much to keep bouncing as well, just going to static as you do that press in option 1. Nice. Okay, and rest. Good stuff. Right then, cardio time. So we're still going to start off with just a jump with backwards arm circles on option 1. Option 2 is just to hold a TheraBand and to circle that backwards also. So very similar, these two exercises, because hopefully, well, if you do have bad knees, just do a calf raise instead. There's not too much bending going on there, so you should be okay. So circling back, just feel how the chest feels more open when you do that, as opposed to going forward with those arms. It just closes off the chest, whereas this one keeps you nice and open. I'm going to go straight into speed skaters option 1, so leaping to one side, touching the toe, or just simply hopping and holding in option 2. So you lead with that outside leg. 1, 2, hold. Nice, just using those arms in option 1 as well, just to help you to float from one side to the other. Nice stuff. Okay, straight into either plank bum kicks in option 1 or mountain climbers in option 2. Whichever one you do, really try and keep those shoulders over wrists. Keep that core nice and tight so that you don't wobble too much, no twisting, keep that body strong. Last 5 seconds, guys, head in line with spine. 3, 2, 1. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're nearly there now, nearly there. Quick shake out, and then Renegade Row. So this is where you stay in a plank. So you can do it, if you're in option 2, you can do it on your knees as well if you need. But like the last exercise, we're trying not to twist too much from one side to the other. There will be a bit of twisting here, but minimizing. Nearly there. Last little bit, last little bit. 2, 1, and good stuff. Rest. So you've got a full minute recovery here now. Grab a drink if you need to. You're halfway through this strength and cardio section now. So I'm just going to set up for the next strength exercise, which will be a bridge on the chair. So either with bent knees or straight. You can do this on the floor as well if you don't have an option as a step up. And as you can see, they're just driving through that foot up on the chair. You're gonna try it and create a straight line from the knee to the hip to the shoulder as you drive up. Okay, but without arching the back. So really make sure you squeeze those glutes to help protect. Okay, getting ready, guys. 2, 1, and let's go. So dipping down to the mat, just touching lightly down onto the mat. There shouldn't be any collapsing. Okay, so option 1 will work the glute muscles or the bum muscles more. Option 2 is a bit more hamstring. So again, option 2 is just if you have trouble bending your knees, if it causes you pain. But if you want to bend them a little bit, then you can do, just to bring those glutes in that little bit more. Good stuff. So notice straight line, shoulders, hips, knee. Well done. Last 5 seconds. As you lift up, keep those hips nice and steady and level. Well done. 15-second recovery, and then we're going to go straight onto the other side. Just noticing if you have any differences one side to the other as well. It's not uncommon. Fantastic. Okay. So slowly lowering down, just tapping the bum. With this, I like to think of it as fast up and then slow down. Drive nice and powerfully, get that straight line, and then just work back down through each vertebrae in the spine. Last 15 seconds, you're doing really well. Good stuff, guys. Keep going, keep flowing. And rest. Lovely stuff. Okay, coming back into dips now here. This is not one of my favorites, I must admit, but option 1 there is with the straight legs. Option 2 is like before, keeping that back close to the chair. So I do really like this one in that it's very beneficial. I don't like it because it's hard, but yeah. So you'll notice that option 1, I just bent my legs a little bit more just to give me a little bit of rest, because if you get too much tension in those shoulders, and if the shoulders come up towards the ears, then it's not beneficial. Yeah, we want it all to be functional, beneficial, proud chest, not allowing that excess tension to come into the body. Nice. Last 5 seconds. This is so good, guys. 2, 1, and well done. Well done. Okay. Just turning that chair around again. So it's a similar exercise on option 1 side to before, but this time instead of a knee drive, we're just going to kick out. Okay, so there's less of a hop. It's a bit more dying. Actually, there's a hop as well. Sorry, you can do a hop if you want. Whereas option 2, right, the key here, guys, is to keep that knee still. So you keep it away from the other leg, and then you just hinge from that knee. So you kick the heel towards the bum, and this just really gets that hamstring. And then you intersperse it with a calf raise on that supporting leg. Notice the strong alignment through the head and back. Kicking, kicking, and then raising, raising. Last 5 seconds, guys. 2, 1, and rest and rest. Okay, gonna switch sides now. So really good for leg strength, for stability, for balance. With option 2, just making sure that you're not gripping on too tight to that chair, just again, just using it for a little bit of stability. Trying to get as high as you can with that calf raise, just to really work through that calf muscle. If you can do option 1 in front of a mirror, it's often really helpful as well, just so you can check that those hips are staying nice and level, especially as you lunge back. So again, just squeezing those glutes will always help with that stability. Nearly there, guys. Last 3 seconds. And rest. Lovely. Okay, we're getting there. So a bit of an unusual one on option 1 side here now. So if you do have a chair that you can go underneath, this is a version of chin-ups, but a much easier one. Okay, but it'll just work those those biceps a bit more. We've already worked the triceps. So yeah, just pulling yourself up, leading with that chest towards the base of the chair. Otherwise, in option 2, you're doing just a small upright row with a hold. So making sure you've got a good resistance on that band. Yeah, so just holding at the top, it just puts a bit of a strain through all the fascia throughout the system. Nice and activating. Keeping the body quite still as you do that row. Okay, and rest. Well done. Coming up then into that cardio section now. So 30 seconds of high knees, or option 2 is goose steps. So notice with the high knees, I'm keeping my hips nice and high. Yeah, keeping that back nice and aligned. Just notice the difference if you have your hips low or if you arch your back. You don't get that same stability and bounce off the ground. Again, if you're doing option 2, just letting those shoulders relax a little bit. Straight into star jumps then, or just stepping side to side. Just nice and reactive off the ground. As you lift those arms, just open out that chest. Don't allow those shoulders to come up. Fantastic work, last 5 seconds. Really good, really good. Okay, just 1 more minute of cardio to go now. The next exercise is the runner's lunge jumps in option 1. Similar in option 2, but you just don't come quite so far forward with those knees. So it's just a little bounce as you bring one leg forward and then the other. Getting some nice range of motion in there, just whatever you can manage. Trying to stay nice and light on those feet still, even if you are doing big ranges of motion. Good stuff. Right, last one now. So good. Like I say, we've worked the whole body here now. This one does bring in those abs that little bit more as well. So just touching the foot in option 2. This is called crab kicks, or just nice and bouncy, reactive off the ground. Trying to keep that bum high if you can. But it will drop a little bit on this one. It's a little bit of a tricky one to stay high. But great stuff, guys. Awesome. Okay, and rest. So, gonna go into our core now. So feel free to pause, grab a quick drink if you want. Otherwise, get that playlist ready. And off we go. Okay, just this is, I call this the wet dog. I don't know if it is a technical yoga name, but just in your box and then stretching side to side. Do that's fine. Now, press ups, lifting one leg if you can do. You can always do this on your knees if you want as well. I mean, notice how I'm not going down too low in those arms. Press ups are not really a strength of mine, so just working with what you got. The key thing is just to keep those principles of alignment and relaxed shoulders. Back into down dog, pushing through the heels, lifting that top leg over. I do love this stretch. It's called the scorpion. And you should feel a nice opening through the hip. Just bend and straighten that top leg. Feel a nice alignment through the arms, body into that top leg. Now down into a side plank. Just dipping those hips towards the mat, trying to make sure that the hips are stacked up vertically, so there's no sort of twisting forward. Okay, now you can twist forward, but again, just keep strong through the body. Top shoulder just tilts towards the mat and then back into alignment. Now, scoop through. Okay, this is a lovely way just to, again, you'll feel it in your arms, but you should also feel a nice stretch first through the legs and then up through the front of the body. Push back into down dog briefly before coming up into a raised box. So notice how the knees are off the floor there. Hands come up towards those shoulders. Trying not to twist too much as you lift each hand. You really feel it a lot more in the core just by having those knees slightly raised. Okay, back into down dog. Stretching out through the backs of the legs, just pumping those heels down. Back up into that scorpion stretch here now there. So lifting the other leg, bending and straightening. Nice twist through the body. And then into side plank on the other side here now. So again, we just do the hip dips to start with that strong vertical alignment before coming into those twists forward. So just notice how the whole body is moving as a nice unit, keeping a nice straight line throughout. Back into the scoop through. So notice I'm just doing it on my knees here as well. Okay, so you can do that, or if you can, just stay nice and raised. Work through those arms that little bit more. Great. And then into a plank position, doing those kick outs as we did in the circuit section, so that knee stays away from the body and then you just kick, kick, kick. Yeah, so really challenging move this. Again, if you need to do it on your knees, you can do. And then we're just going to finish off with some side plank leg raises. Again, so advanced this one, so if you need to just bend that bottom knee, you can do, and do it kneeling. Otherwise, doing what you can there up in that strong plank alignment. And we're just going to keep twisting. Here we go, just show the option on your knee there as well. Lovely. Last few. So this is all about feeling it in those glutes especially, so the glute med at the side of your hip, really important stabilizing muscle. And well done, you guys, that was fantastic. Feel free to grab another drink. And now obviously it's important to do our stretch, so do make time to do this and then get that playlist ready. So Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift is our song. Just stretching ahead, rotating it round, just semicircles, doing an extra bit of massage there through the hands. Lovely stuff. Enjoying just getting that heart rate down. Now stretching out the quads. So reaching the opposite hand up to the sky, keeping those knees together and really feeling that extension through the hip. Into a runner's lunge now. So that's where the knee comes outside the elbow. And then just rocking from side to side. You should feel a really nice opening in the hips here now. And then lifting up back into a warrior back bend. So knee stays over ankle and then just reaching up gracefully towards that back wall. Just remember which side you've just done there, because we'll do the other side next time. But for now, just stretching out through the neck. You might be surprised how much tension you can sense here. I often like to just find which angle I feel the best stretch. So it's, for me, it's slightly forward as well as to the side. Stretching out that other side now. Knees together. Good, good, good. Back into that lunge then. Notice how the arms come inside the knee, and then you're just going to rock from side to side. Obviously, if you don't quite have this range of motion, just adapt. Having the knee on the floor at the back can sometimes help. Now reaching up and back in that warrior lunge. Just checking that that knee isn't dropping inward, on the front leg. Now holding onto those elbows in a wide leg forward bend. Just going to bend and straighten alternate legs. Allow that head just to drop down towards the floor as you stretch through the spine. And then little rocks from side to side here. Slowly, slowly. The more you can let go of the back and the head as you swing. Just getting a little bit higher each time. Okay, and then back into the middle, reaching forward with those arms and then over to one side. Amazing stretch, this one. And then back over to the other side. Great work. Hands behind you now as you interlink those fingers. And just try to bring those arms forward so you stretch out through those shoulders and then release. Hold. Actually, just roll up through the spine again. One vertebrae at a time. Arms come up. Bring those feet together. Well, not quite together, sorry, just a bit closer together. And then support the lower back as you just push those hips forward and take that head back so you can feel a stretch out through the front of the body. We've just stretched all through the back. So just reversing that now. And well done, guys. Really great work. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, like I say, you've certainly worked the whole body. Well done.